stock market weekly chart review for the week of February 20th through February 24th, 2023. In the description below this video, there's a link to ihavesuccess.com. There's free stuff, there's paid stuff. Take a look at each. If you have any questions on anything, contact me here. If you leave a message via YouTube comments, it's not going to be as quick or easy for me to respond to. So if you want a response, please use the contact page. In 2023, I believe that if you have an internet connection, a bank account, and you spend money at least once a year, then you have no legitimate reason not to be selling cash secured put options on stocks you'd be happy to own. Everything else on the website is set up to help you do that. Feel free to check it out. And at the 1 minute and 10 second mark, which is coming up right around 1 minute, here it is. Boom! See that link that popped up? It gives you 5, not 1, not 2, not 3, not even 4, but 5 reasons why you should sell cash secured put options on stocks you don't mind owning. The reason why you want to watch that and check out all the other content at ihavesuccess.com is because when you know why, learning the how-tos become a lot easier. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's dive into these charts. For this weekly chart review, we're going to do things a little bit differently. I'm going to go through a lot of charts in a short amount of time, so if you don't want to watch a long video, you'll be able to exit the video relatively quickly. After I go through a variety of charts, then we're going to look at the top 10 stocks of SPY, IWM, QQQ, and DIA. If you want to stick around for those, I'll let you know when that transition is coming, but we'll get into it. So right now we're looking at a line chart, 1 week line chart going back 10 years of SPY. We'll zoom in just a little bit here. And overall, we see that this week we ended at 396.38. Last weekly chart review, I was talking about to see how strong the bull is, I want to see what happens between 420 and 440. So this week, what did we see happen between 420 and 440? This is what we saw happen. So if we were gauging how strong the bull is by what's going to happen here, this is showing a lot of weakness in that bull. See how this pulled back to about right here? Keep looking to the left. Did it right here before, pivot. Not too far away right here, and a little bit lower over here. So you could say low, higher low, right around the same. That definitely is not going to fly if you're trying to pass some technical analysis course of a lower high. But overall technical analysis is it's a bit of an art form. Make it work. You're just coming up with a profitable decision by looking at stuff. So my point of pointing this out is I still think we're really just kind of going sideways here. So the lines in the sand are still going to be at the 400, the 420, 420 to 440, 400 to 380, right? What's going to happen? We see right now it's around 396, which is not at 392, but it's not at 399. So let's keep watching to see what sort of speed or speed how quickly will it get down to 380, or will it not get down to 380? So the way that it travels or lack of traveling through something can kind of give you an idea. Now, so basically we're going sideways here. One thing before we move on to look into those other charts, I'm going to change this over to 1 week. So aggregation period, put it to 1 week. And it's still at 6 months. It's not a big deal. We're just going to look at like the last 4 candles. And what I want you to do is I want you to watch right here. The C, that's for close. So watch that C. So this week, you see we close at 3.96 and 64 cents. Right, so that was a deviation from what we've seen the last 3 weeks, these candles. So this candle right here closed at 407 and some change. This one right here, 408 and some change. Very, very similar. This one right here, 412. 412, 47, it's not that far off. And basically, 407 is a little closer to 400, and 412 is a little closer to 420, but they're still kind of right in that middle. So for the last 3 trading weeks before this week, so 4 trading weeks ago, it was basically staying in a range between 400 and 420. So now we broke down. We're in that 400 area, and again, we want to see what's going to happen next week in relationship to those areas. Now we'll look at some charts really quickly. We're going to be looking at 6-month data with one candle representing 1 week, and we're going to skip all what we would normally, except for the dollar, right? Well, the dollar is going up pretty strong. Look at that candle right there. Looks like no. Come on, do it for me. There we go. See, opened here, traded a little bit here, but look at prices end up pushing all the way to the top. No little wick, right? See, this one even has a little wick on top. Nothing. So that's very bullish. So we'll see how things play out. But whichever way the dollar goes really has a big impact on your other assets. SPX, Dow Jones, NASDAQ, and the Russell 2000 were all this week, and looking at the last couple weeks of trading leading up to it, we're looking pretty bullish. We're looking pretty bearish. Right? Overall, this is a pretty bearish sign. Even though, like for example, you see prices pushed all the way up to the top, we don't see prices pushing all the way to the bottom. But nonetheless, it's a pretty big drop. We might see some support coming in though next week. So let's watch to see what happens going through into next week. But nonetheless, this is not looking. At the minimum, it looks like the bull is very, very, very tired. Right? It might be a little worse. We'll see. Now let's quickly go through. Let's quickly go through. Go through the 12 sectors of the stock market. We're looking at the same thing. 6 months, each candle representing 1 week. Just a real quick. Okay, this one, this dropped down quite a bit. Otherwise, we have this nice W pattern here with our right-hand side being higher than left-hand side. We had a break over this peak of the W here, but now price is pulling back to basically right there. And for this part right here, we had this nice bull trend going. Even when it pulled back right here, if prices would have kept going up, I think it would have stayed with that trend. But prices dropping all the way down here, kind of back to this level, makes it seem like that trend possibly is over. And we just got some declining volume through there. Healthcare just dropping off. Financials not looking bullish. Not looking bullish at all. That drop, not, as I mentioned, not looking bullish. Same thing over here on the basic materials, although this green candle with quite a bit of this tail to the bottom, especially maybe around this 80 area. I could see some possible support coming in here. Maybe we could potentially have a reversal. If it starts dipping down below this too much, though, especially start breaking down below that, and we got a different story. But we'll see. Now, communications not looking too pretty. Same thing with retail. This one, real estate, looking bearish. and sideways, but taken in conjunction with everything else, not looking pretty. And consumer discretionary looking weak, right at that 200-day moving average. Looks like it's going to have a breakout point and failure. And energy kind of moving sideways, but starting to look sort of heavy, right? It kind of, is it going to do a W here? It's not like a really clean. This might, was this the W? If it was, it failed. Looks like we might be making an M formation here. So I don't know. Things getting caught at that 200-day moving average. So nothing really bullish showing here. So don't be surprised if you see more movement to the downside next week, and if people are telling you like this is the, it's a raging bull or something, just the charts really don't show that. The numbers aren't adding up for that. So probably looking to see some more movement to the downside for next week. And that's pretty interesting, right? So if you want to call it, wrap this video up, that's what I got for you. If you want to stick around longer, we're going to break down the top 10 holdings of the 4 big indices, starting with SPY and then going through the other ones. Apple, we got an Apple already. Lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. This area right here could pose as some support resistance area. Kind of seen that happen before. This candle is looking bearish. Microsoft. You see the last 2 weeks of selling come in relatively strongly, with this candle being really the big one to get it started. Now maybe the momentum is slowing down a little bit. That's reflected here in the volume also, where the trading range per this candle is not as wide, and we also see it reflected here in the volume. Maybe we'll catch some support right in this area, but overall also high, lower high, lower high, lower high. Amazon also just looking bearish there. If it's going to maybe catch some support around the 90 area, if we look in the past, it's happened before. Possibly, maybe some selling may slow off. We see the volume going down. Also, same thing. We got lessening of width. Although it could just come in strong. Oh, same thing here on the volume side of Meta, and definitely with these 3 bear candles, we're getting a slowing of momentum. Seems to be catching some support right in this area, somewhere in that 170 area. But so far, nothing bullish. Now we got Google, and Google again. It must just help give Google some weight to this stuff. So we'll just look at one because they're basically the same. Pretty darn close. And with Google, maybe someone could say it's forming this W pattern here, but we're coming back down here to test this. Here's like this low, hit it again. Maybe we're going to be testing that again. Volume really picking up, slowing down now, but it really picked up on the selling, and so we'll see how it goes. But high, lower high, lower high, lower high, just looking bearish. Berkshire Hathaway kind of looking more like the Dow Jones, huh? It's definitely not looking bullish, but it's just not looking as bearish as those other equities we looked at. But you see right through here, when it rallied up, it had been kind of moving sideways. We had this hit a little peak here, pivoted again, comes into the same area, drops back down, and then a little bit of a change. Started going sideways, trading in the bottom, sometimes even below. Like, yeah, it pushed up into the 50% of this candle, but it just kept getting rejected and just closing either in the bottom 10% or not even, a little bit under it, and then boom, dropping down. So now it's kind of looking the opposite of bull. And we'll look at these lower highs consistently going through here. We had a really good run up here, but getting around this 200-day moving average. See when it came up here, it really peaked over that 200-day moving average. This one, it really didn't peak over it too much, but it kind of went longer around it. Now we haven't even, last week wasn't even able to get over it. We'll see how this week plays out, but our candles closing down in the bottom, this bottom 10% of that bull candle. So doesn't look too promising at the moment. Now finally, out of 8 stocks so far, finally on number 9, we hit something that's looking bullish here. We got this big candle engulfing the previous candle, and seems to be running strong, but still we got this low high, lower high, lower high at the moment. Looking to the left, we'll see. Let's see. It could potentially get stuck in here. Prices kind of got stuck in here before, so let's see how that's going to handle it. But so far, let's look at JP Morgan Chase. Not as it's like it's kind of a mixture of Nvidia and Berkshire Hathaway. Yeah, price is kind of moving sideways. We see compared to this range that it's been in, and this bull candle, this bear candle, price action is staying kind of more in the top of the range, which is good. Seems to be catching some support right here, and to the left we see that kind of happened here before. Not a surprise. Touched in here, kind of happened here. We've seen it happen here. So let's say debatably this one bullish. Nvidia definitely bullish. That's like 1.5 out of 10. That's not it's not too great. Let's look at let's knock this one out real quick on the Qs, because look at it's almost all the same stocks: Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Meta, Tesla, Google again, Nvidia. Here's one, PayPal. Not looking bullish. Adobe. Come on, load. Thank you. Woo, boy. You see anything bullish there? Nope. That's some serious downward action. Oh, boy. So how about Dow Jones? United Health Group. Okay, now we got something at least the more bullish looking, right? I get it. We got a bit of a sell off here. Here was this pivot point right here. We broke that. Here's probably the next one we're looking at around that 450, which at least right now prices are they're down here actually. We're pushing up to that 500, but they're down here now. So it's beginning to definitely to look weak, right? We lost this area right here. Seems to be maybe hitting this resistance where it was support. So if it follows suit with the rest of the market, not looking good. Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs is another one that's looking a little bit stronger, right? We got a low, higher low, higher low, and let's see. So from here is our W right here, with our right side definitely being higher, and we broke that, but then prices came well, let's see if it starts coming back down to this 350 area, which is not that far away, and it usually can move about $7.50. So it could definitely potentially be hitting down here in this area. So let's watch that. That's one that okay. Home Depot. Look at that. Bear. Microsoft. I think we already looked at that. Yeah, looking like a bear. Salesforce. Could be catching some support right here at this about 160 area. And looking to the left, we've seen it. We've seen that happen before. But it's just been in a downward trend. Got those lower highs. How about the least healthy food around? Okay. All right. There's at least we still got an uptrend going on. It's not a strong uptrend, right? It really got choppy right through here. But you know, we're above the 200-day moving average. We kind of stayed above. I could see it breaking down. It looks like we got a slow slope down. Probably catch some support around this 260. But you know, in this market, we're really kind of reaching for things to be bullish about. So let's reach a little bit there. That's not looking very bullish. That's a pretty big drop. Looks like we broke this $200 support. Ooh, yeah, look at that. But it did it before, and it went up. This is Honeywell, and here our little W right here. Boom. This definitely would have been a good day trade or swing trade right through here. Prices coming back. Look at that. Coming back now. Now for this big bull candle right here, we're in the bottom 50%. Let me double check on that just to make sure. I think it's the bottom. Yep, it's the bottom 50%. We're back down here. So, you know, that's well, they do say the bull goes up the stairs and the bear goes out the window. So maybe we'll get some more stair climbing. It's looking sideways to me overall, my friends. Look at this over here on Visa. Visa had a little sideways, but kind of sideways downward channel right here. Moved up. Look at this. Price is back. Going to be testing this channel here. So, you know, anywhere from the 220 to 200 area, you can see prices just kind of chopping back and forth through there. Amgen, do we already look at that? Oh, look at that. That is not looking bullish at all, is it? No, it's looking bearish. But let's see, where's a pivot? It could, you know, you got a low, higher low, higher low, higher low. And if prices stayed here and start going up, we could continue in this, you know, more higher lows. Even though it's a very kind of choppy sideways moving up. Our 200-day moving average, that's what it's showing us, choppy sideways moving up, but it's moving up. We have to see prices start testing down here. And what's the average? $4 per day. Yeah, if prices start dropping, and it looks like they could, but sometimes what happens is you have these big moves down, and then and maybe it starts, your range starts I was about to say daily. If I keep saying daily, I apologize. This weekly range, trading range, starts slowing down, and then maybe you end it by having this like one big sell-off. Or sometimes it's like you see this big one right here, and then it kind of ended with yeah, you know, not one big one, but kind of ended more where you have what I'm trying to get at is don't be surprised if you just get like a big drop and that's the end of it, which we have right here. Or sometimes you get to see this small kind of candles. This one's not too small. Anyways, I'm just putting my foot in my mouth here. So Boeing, not looking bullish, right? Boeing is about flying, and this doesn't look like it's going to fly to the sky. Kind of looks like it might be trying to, but getting weak right through here. And let's take a final look at the Russell 2000. Where are you? Oh, IWM. There we go. All right, this will be some fun ones. AMC. Woo, doggies, look at that. Looks pretty close to GameStop. Watch this. GME. Sorry about that. Bam! Kind of close, right? AMC, GME, AMC. Similar, right? So we got just, you can really tell these lower highs not looking good. Now we're back down to here. So if you were playing the meme stock game, I hope you played correctly, because if you're holding this thinking it's gonna do the moonshot, and I don't know. I hope you know how to use options and start buying yourself some insurance, or you start cash flowing the heck out of this thing. You might be able to with an implied volatility of 225. This is a volatile stock. And this is actually the second time I recorded this video. The first one I had an issue, so I had to delete it. But not a personal issue, a technical issue. But I went through and looked at selling options on this, since this is so high. But you know, give me a comment or a message if you want to see a breakdown of some different strategies that you might be able to do. Highly speculative, definitely not financial advice. It's possible not only will you lose all your money trading AMC, it is possible you might lose your fingers, your toes, your ability to walk. I don't know if it's worth it. You thought a stock couldn't, you just thought it was only machinery and knives that would, cause you to lose some limbs and things like that. No, my friends. You can lose fingers through trading. Do not run with stocks in your hand. You might take your eyeball out. So let's look at this one. All right. What's this 200-day moving average tell you? It tells you it's been going up. Let's see. It could still keep this trend going if it starts moving up, but if it keeps moving sideways, then I don't know. Also, we had this. Look at this W pattern right here. Whoa! All right, if you would have, hindsight is 20/20, right? And this one might have been more like 2000, because we got some options on that. Woo! But look at this, back down here, right? So if you look at the strength of this bull right here, it was kind of strong, but it started. These are weeks too. That we're back down here, right? We're back down here. So it's got to start doing something. Otherwise, the longer it starts grinding sideways, it's just the bull is not in the house. Biohaven. All right. Well, I guess it just doesn't have enough volume to put on here. That's pretty wonky. Let's see what it's on the daily. This must be relatively a new stock or something like that. But for whatever reason, the Russell 2000 thinks it's worth being in there, and we're not getting a lot of information looking at a weekly chart here on it. What information are we getting? Okay, it's up over the last 6 months, and had this big bull candle here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About 6 weeks later, we're back down in the bottom 50%. 6 weeks later, we're back down in here. So, but we got a high, we got a higher high, so it could continue to go up. But taken in context of all the other things in the stock market, overall it's got a lot of bearish pressure pushing down on it. Another one that looks like GameStop also looks like AMC. Implied volatility pretty high on this. A lot of these ones, look at that. 78 implied volatility. Yeah, your good buddy Brent's gonna have to start looking at potentially selling some options on this type of stuff. Now these ones, I have never really looked at these stocks before. When I run my fundamental screeners, these are not pulling up for me. So if I were to trade these, very likely there would be some speculative trades. At the most, I might put one of these in the category of doing the wheel strategy on, but otherwise it might just be some directional speculations. And speaking of speculating, I'm speculating that we got a low and a lower low right here, although it's not that much lower, but it seems to be breaking down just a little bit. Yeah, downward trend. How about Crocs? I saw some people wearing Crocs, and okay, we're in a bull trend up here, but we still oh, look at this. Not surprising, right? Right around that 140, started kind of getting choppy right through here. 140 to 160, it seemed like was kind of range bound, broke all the way out here It's got down to this 160, then boom, just drop like that. So it seems like this 140 to 160 is going to be some special territory. And we see, at least I'm seeing an indication of that. We see it traded all the way up here to 140. And sellers just push that back down here. Now we're back down in here. So if things start moving up relatively soon, we could stay in this upward trend. But we got this pivot point right here. And where would be, got a pivot here and a pivot here. So it's kind of got some, if that'd be minor or major support. Forget which one, but definitely if it's breaking down, then it's probably going to be the bull might be over. But this was definitely a good swing trade right through there. What do we got here? GTLS, Chart Industries. Chart Industries kind of looks like sideways, right? Look at that. Oh, it's still right in this area. So definitely not looking too bullish here, especially when this big ooh, donkeys. And imagine if you would have woke up one morning, took a swim, maybe jumped in the sauna, and then bought some puts on this. Woo! Look at that. You'd probably be doubling your size of your sauna with if you took some good profits on that. What is that? 240. Let's see. What is that? Look over here at these numbers with me. Opened at 232, got as high as 242, low of 124, over 100-point drop. Yeah, you could have. I could have. Man, maybe I gotta start waking up earlier. I'll tell you what, I used to wake up 2012. I was waking up early in the morning, day trade. It was like 3 a.m. in the morning here. It's just ruining my health. I was such a grump. So I don't know. Looking at this though, oh, look at that, man! Look at that. That's nice. Anyways, let's move on here. What is this? Karuna Therapies. Look at that, gapped up. Kind of looks like Meta right there, right? Gapped up, falling down though. Look at that. Prices back down here. So still, you could say it's still up. Our volume, like, it just started right here. These are some pretty interesting stocks. Your good buddy Brent's going to start inspecting these a little more. Inspector Clouseauing these a bit more. All right, we're hitting right in here around this 80. We passed that. We're about 82. So it's just kind of range. We seem to be range bound. I don't know if it's range bound, but hitting this resistance right through here. So, but yeah, if it keeps going up, it's going to continue to be bullish. How much is an $82 stock? What's the about $3, about $3.30 average true range of movement per day? A little less than 50 on the implied volatility. Got some kind of strong volume. Yeah, there's these ones. Look a little bit stronger. That is choppy. That's just chopping it up, pushed up to the top of this. What is it? Oh, pharmaceuticals. Yeah, that's a lot of. Look at that. What drop was that? 64. Like a $30 drop. And I gotta move. I gotta move to a state where I live in the Eastern Standard Time Zone. Freaking losing a lot of money over here in Hawaii by not day trading. Like, I live in the Eastern Standard Time Zone, wake up naturally around 6:30, maybe markets go up around 9:30. I've been up for 3 hours. I already got my exercise in, did all that kind of get myself in the right mindset, and then boom, right here. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. But man, I hope I would have bought me some put options. Man, just cranked out some freaking Delta right there. Anyways, so what are we looking at? Well, my friends, overall, I don't think things are looking kind of bearish, sideways to. Bearish for the immediate moment, right? Let's try to put some more definitive definition into what I mean by bearish. We could drop down to 380 without necessarily being in a bear market, right? And just like we could definitely go up to 420 without being in a bull market. I guess if you're looking at it like time frame of like what is 2023 going to be. That when I say in a bear market or a bull market, I apologize for not being clear on my time frame. Overall, like what is this year going to be for us? And so I could definitely see that that we could have a drop down in that area and down to here without necessarily changing the sideways market. That's what I think is going on. At the moment, until we really have a definitive break from this 420 through 440, and like I said, depending on how it goes through, and also here from this I guess 400 to 480 really tells a lot, but definitely the 480 to 460, right? If we start trading back into 480 to 460, we're really kind of getting back into this trading range, potentially getting back into this downward, maybe not the exact channel, but moving back into a bear market. Potentially, possibly. So otherwise, it could chop around from 380 to 420 and back and forth, and we just basically be grinding sideways. So what do I suggest that you do? Well, what I suggest that you do is you need to learn how to trade and make money regardless of which direction the stock market's moving. And I'm able to do that. This works for me. So check out the free stuff. Check out the paid stuff. If you got any questions on any of the stuff, hit me up over here, the contact us page. And you guys have a fantastic Sunday or whatever day you're watching this. Aloha.